Absolutely. Shane, I guess I want to go dig in a bit more to what that process looks like as you go from taking the manual processes to the automated or semi-automated process. But I was hoping you'd have an example or a success story that you could share with us, and then we could use that and break it up into the
Yeah.
different step for the audience.
Yeah, I got a good one. The one that drove what I just mentioned is to come up with a packaged type of application. We were doing what's called press brake tending. So it's basically you take big sheets of sheet metal and you put it into this brake press and it'll put a bend on it. And that's used in a lot of different industries. Pretty much anything that's metal that has bends or something probably was bent on a brake press. But so we did a couple of those projects and they went well. One in particular that I like to talk about is our customer came to us and said, hey, we just bought this brake press, this brand new brake press, but we just don't have the people to run it. We just don't have enough. We've been struggling to get people, and it's really a ergonomic issue because this particular one is larger than the other ones we've had, so it's going to be bigger parts we're putting on there. So it takes either two people or one person, and if one person's doing it, then you could have injuries and things like that. They said we really like if you could look at automating that side of it. When we talked before about like semi-automate, automate, this one would it still was not fully 100% automated because what we looked at was, all right, so we have the sheets of metal that we have here placed. And the way they stacked them was on pallets, but they're very random. So we looked at one thing you do when you look at an application like that is how will the robot know, how to pick up that? Because it's very critical that part gets put into the brake press properly. So we looked at some vision systems and we looked at how they wouldn't really affect their process, how they're doing it now. We could still use that, but put some technology in there, put vision in there, and allow the vision system to tell the robot where that part is at. So to give the offsets and let the robot understand how to pick it up. So what the process that we presented and actually ended up doing eventually, but was that the product would be loaded in by a forklift driver. They'd load the pallet in, and then it'd be in a position it would lock in. Vision system would look at it, identify the parts. And another thing that they did was we had an HMI. So the operator could say what part run they're going to run. So the robot knew what parts that were going to be presented. So then the vision system would look at it. Robot would come over using suction cups or magnets. We had a couple different variations because we had a tool changer. But then it would pick up the part, take it over to the brake press, put the bends on it as required, and then stack it. Then that was the other part now that still had to be manual is now you have a pallet with stacked parts. And then the forklift driver could come over and remove that completed pallet and bring another pallet. So that was one example of we looked at a fully manual process and now we semi-automated because it wasn't 100% automated. There's still a little bit of operator interaction, but it took the operator out of the poor ergonomic condition and put the robot in place of that.